everyone, it's Abby Glassenberg. I hope you are having a fantastic Wednesday. We are here every Wednesday to chat with one of our members of Craft Industry Alliance for our Members Spotlight. And I'm super excited today. We're going to be talking with Patty Murphy, and she is involved with a brand new nonprofit organization that's got a wonderful mission. It's called Create and Sustain, and it has both a creativity as well as an environmental mission. So I'm very excited to learn more about it. I see that Patty's already joined. Hi, Patty. So I think I can, let's see if I can have you. Oh, she just requested to join our live. Perfect. So I'm going to hopefully see if she can pop in. And what I wonder what you all are working on today, if you are doing something creative. Hi. Hi,
Hey,
Patty.
sorry. The connection is having a moment.
Oh, yes, it's always something. How are you doing?
Doing all right. How are you?
I'm great, and I'm super excited to talk with you and learn more about the mission and the vision for this new organization that you're involved with. So if we can start first by just telling everybody a little bit about your background and how you came to this, I think that would be really helpful.
So my background. So I've been sewing since I was a little tiny thing. My mom taught me to sew. I always did garment making as a kid. I made my first quilt when I was 18. Worked in a variety of corporate jobs. Didn't really love those. Left. Started working at a quilt shop. Wrote a book. Had some kids. And then really this happened because one day, do you remember when Greta Thunberg went to the UN and spoke there?
Oh, yeah.
So I'd been following along with her. And that day, the day after, I don't remember exactly, but Christy McDonough and Jennifer Sampood both posted something about Greta. And anyhow, I had this light bulb moment, like, hang on, if I think about the environment and I'm a quilter, and they think about the environment and they're quilters, why aren't we talking about this? This needs to be a conversation. So I'm friends with Christy, so I gave her a ring and we talked and I emailed Jen and here we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And so tell us what like the mission and the vision for Create and Sustain is.
The mission, that should be in front of my face, but I'm sitting in my kitchen because it's got the best light. The mission is really we want to create change. We want to create change in the creative industries. There's a lot of waste. There's a lot of plastic. There are a lot of things we can do better. And we want to talk about that and get the conversation started and create change.
Yeah, and this sort of environmental impact comes from, as you said, a lot of different areas. So everything from the way fabric is printed and dye waste and the water waste from that process, to the way that our notions and things are packaged, all the way to shipping. All sorts of things are involved here. Probably other ones that are not coming to the top of my mind right away.
Right. Well, and as makers, and especially as a quilter, we love new fabric. New fabric is fabulous. I love new fabric. But we need to shift our mindset about how much we're buying, not hoarding, using what we need, figuring out ways to use things we already have, things like that.
Yeah.
And shift. It's a big shift and it's a big ask. But I think we can get there. Mm-hmm. And I think we can encourage the industry to make better product, right? Like we still want fabric. We still want these new things, but let's figure out a way to do it so it's much more sustainable. It's healthier. It's better for the earth. So everybody gets what they want.
Right. Yeah. And there's shifts that companies can make. I know, for example, like Artful Thread has made some strides in creating a more sustainable, the bobbin that your thread is wound on. Do you want to, I don't know if you know more about that, but I know that they're involved too with Create and Sustain.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, so there are probably things that Orifil does that I don't know, but I do know they partner with Plastic Bank,
Right.
for a bunch of their plastics. Jen, who's on our board, obviously she's part of CNT. CNT does an awful lot of stuff, which has been wonderful to learn. Uh, so there are things, there are ways, and even just for shops. Christy owns a shop. She doesn't use bags. They don't use bags. It's a little thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we should all be bringing our bags everywhere we go anyways. We know this. We know this.
Right, exactly. Just bring your tote bag in with you. It's small, but it does make an impact.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. And so you do have this board, and are you working to, create content, or how are you working to in various initiatives? How are you working to get the word out to the quilting community in particular about some of these efforts?
So we launched in April. It was like a 2 week launch. It was insane. Like, I mean, it was phenomenal, but it was really exhausting. And that has been really wonderful. We had a bunch of really influential makers help with that. We've spoken with people in some different crafting spaces. There's a woman that does woodworking that she's involved with, like Fuller Arts and Women of Woodworking. I've spoken with some knitters. I've spoken with crafters. We've spoken with modern daily knitting. So we're working on getting it out. Right now, what we're working on that I will hopefully get out next week. Like, I wanted to get a survey out like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and then, oh wait, well, school's out here, but it's not out everywhere. And the end of school is just crazy. So nobody has time for that. So, okay, now we're waiting. So one of the big things that we want to do, and I think I'm answering your question. I'm getting off in my head. One of the big things we want to do is like create tiers of sustainability for individuals and businesses, small businesses, artists, just people. If this is where you're starting, that's awesome, because we all have to start somewhere. But here are some steps that you can take to really knock it out of the park, really hit some best practices. I'm sure we will create content. I don't really know. I don't know the answer to that. Like, I don't know how much we are going to have to create. I sort of think like Modern Quilt Guild for sustainability. There are a bunch of makers out there already doing these great things. So I don't really think we need to reinvent the wheel, but I would definitely like to highlight them and share what they have,
Right.
and encourage people to follow along with them and learn what they're doing. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't mean that we won't create content. We have some stuff that we have actually with the Modern Quilt Guild, a project that is coming out later this year that we did have to create. So there are things.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. And so if people are out there and they're really interested in learning more about having a more sustainable quilting practice, or they just want to get involved as a brand, for example, or as a business owner, small business owner, what are some best ways for them to sort of get started? I know you're a nonprofit. Are there ways for them to hook onto this and get started working with you?
Email me. We're pretty
okay.
All sorts of ideas. We're just, we've been working on this project for almost 2 years, but being public facing, we've just launched. So I am open to all ideas and all suggestions. I've talked to lots of great people. We are just email me.
Okay, great. And what is your email address so people can get in touch?
It's Patty, Patty, at createandsustain.org.
Wonderful. That's great.
It's on our website too.
Okay, great. And I love this idea of describing tiers of sustainability, because I do feel like, sometimes people really need a very explicit understanding of what it is they should be doing or could be striving for. Right. So being able to describe, okay, it looks like, you've done these various things, so you're right about here. A next step could be, and then you could be right about here. Maybe you can reconsider your packaging or reconsider the kinds of envelopes and tape that you're using in your mailers, or maybe you can reconsider, the type of supplier you're working with, and sort of those various steps that you can take. But being really detailed and descriptive, or showing examples of ways, and it doesn't necessarily have to be more expensive all the time, so showing examples of ways it's actually feasible to have a more environmentally sustainable business. And I honestly think, consumers are asking for it. And I think also, we had a thing today in our newsletter about creating packaging for your materials or for your products that is not using plastic. And I think a lot of, wholesalers, when they're stocking, are also looking for something that's going to be sustainable packaging, but still, sturdy enough to have on a retail shelf, et cetera. And so helping people figure out how to get from A to B is really important.
Yes. And we have some resources for businesses on our website with companies that do have biodegradable, compostable, more environmentally friendly tapes, stickers, boxes, what have you, because it's like, it took me a while to find it. So business owners who are already, and artists and creatives who are already you're already stretched, you're already doing enough. So devoting time to that is huge.
A lot.
But not having to devote time to that is fabulous.
Right.
Yes.
So
And
that's great.
and the other thing we want to build, sort of jumping on that, as it does become hopefully a topic that is discussed more and more, we hope to create, I guess, a database of companies just to show who is doing what, right? It's not about shaming. We have, I don't know if you pop through any of the other interviews that we've had and listen to those. It's very, very important that we continue to share that it's not about shaming anyone, any person, any company, anything. Whether, if you're starting, great. If you're already here, awesome. If you're not going to do it, can't make you do it. But I think it's important for consumers to be able to have an idea of what companies are doing. Like Bernina has a huge sustainable platform. When I was looking at their website, it's been a while. A lot of things. I know Oracle does stuff. I get C&T. So who's doing what? Maybe I want to buy thread from this person because they do X, or maybe I want to do it from this person because they do Y. But then you're armed with the knowledge, and you come to our website, you get to look at it, you get to find it. You don't have to do the research.
Right, exactly. So educating consumers and providing consumers with that education is really important as well, so that they can choose more carefully. And I think that's fantastic as a consumer who wants to make more conscious choices, to be able to know, here's an eco-friendly fabric supplier, here's what they're doing, et cetera. So that's wonderful. Yeah, that's great. All right, so where can people go to find out more? I know they can email you directly if they want to get in touch and get more involved. But if they just kind of want to keep this website, I know you have a newsletter as well, so maybe sign up for the newsletter to get updates in the future. Where should they go to do that?
Go to our website, createandsustain.org. You will see a link to the newsletter. You can follow us on Instagram. We're hoping to send out our actual real first newsletter with this survey, the link to the survey, next week. Summer has me a little, disheveled with my children popping in and out and running around.
I hear you. I have 3 at home, so yep.
Yes. So I'm hoping to send that out next week. If you see it and you get it, I would love any responses, because that'll help us measure what we're doing, create our plan just according to who wants what, right? But yes, our website, Instagram, that's pretty much it.
That's great. Well, I think our industry sorely needs this, and I'm very excited that it's coming to fruition. It's here now, and it can only grow from here and get richer and more interesting and just more detailed as time goes by. And you all have the opportunity as a board to create the full vision. So congratulations on the launch, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Thank you very much.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.